guys, we're here.
Ron, thank you guys for putting up with me like this.
Oh, no problem, no problem. We're gonna call the, meeting to order. We do have a quorum. It's, 6:06. And the first order of business is the approval of the August 10th, 23 regular meeting minutes.
Okay, I'll make a motion for approval.
There's a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. We have them on the, everybody here is on the agenda right now.
Yes,
We can,
except for, I think this gentleman here.
oh, okay, you know what, then,
I am a member of the public.
okay, let's do you next. Item number 3A, communications from the public. Is there anybody?
Richard Cooper, 79 Barbara Lane. Any updates on the process for cleaning up forever chemicals in our water supply? As I believe was mandated by the state, otherwise known as PFSAs.
We are looking into that. We're waiting for regulations to come down from the state of Connecticut. We are aware of it, and it's something that's that we are looking at. But that's all the information that I can give you right at this time.
Got you.
But we do, it is on our radar.
Thank you.
Thank you. Anybody else from the public? 3B, communications from the administration.
Just like to report, I went to the water summit. It was a meeting of professionals, got a lot of wonderful information, a lot of good information came back with that I think will help the department continue on its way to deal with some of these chemicals that the gentleman mentioned and everything. The water industry is very on top of that, and as the department, we're very proactive, so this conference was very helpful. Thank you to the commissioners.
You're welcome.
Anything else from administration?
Yes. Production update from the last meeting. So from June 1st to yesterday, compared to last year's production, we're down 94 million gallons.
We're down 94 million?
Yeah. Which equates to about, I mean, that's not production, that's production, not sale of water, but
Yep.
about $544,000 if you were to attach a monetary figure to that.
That we're short on this year.
From June 1st, which is still part of last fiscal year, but
Yep.
June 1st for this year. I mean, to yesterday.
Wow.
Also, management has been looking into an answering service for after-hours calls. It was proposed by one of the staff members who previously worked for Waterbury Water, and they had the service. We had a team's meeting with the company's called Edwards Answering Service. They currently handle Waterbury, Manchester, Hazardville, I can't off the top of my head the other cities, but they do have a number of other municipalities that they handle, or water utilities.
I'm sorry, they actually mentioned they handle one of the largest private side water departments in the state up to recently, when just a sure size. They seem to be well experienced handling water stuff.
Yeah, so that would be an answering service for after hours, so any calls that come in for loss of water service, pressure, and like if we have a water main break, right now currently what happens is we get flooded with calls on main breaks and they go directly to the on-call, and he's out on the leak getting, you know,
You're missing calls.
well,
He
yeah,
can
we're trying to
respond.
field over
Yeah.
200 calls and he's trying to help
Yeah.
repair a leak, so, I'd be able to call after hours, call the answering service, let them know that we're experiencing a main break, who's affected, and we're working on it. And then the answering service would field those calls.
Mm-hmm.
And then, anything after hours, like leaking meter, emergency call before he digs, hit hydrants, that they would also take those calls and then direct them to the on-call person. So they would call the on-call and then follow up with a text with information like the name of the customer, the address and their phone number.
Mm-hmm.
So, we haven't pulled the trigger on it yet, we're still doing some research, but I just wanna let the board know we're looking into that.
Thanks, Anything else?
That's it.
Item number 3C, communication from board members, anything? Let's go down to item number 4, review of water billings and outstanding jobbing bills, and then the approval of the invoices. I think everybody had a chance to review those. As soon as you, and so you got these out to everybody, right?
Yes.
I'll make a motion to accept and pay the invoices.
Okay. Is there a second?
I'll second it.
There's a motion and a second, any discussion? All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries. Let's see, review of financial statements. This is one. Everybody had a chance to look at it, we're good? Any questions? Let's go on to item number 5A, 217 Center Street.
Yep. I'm just gonna give a quick rundown, just to.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but you can come up.
I got, 2 copies of our plans right here. Oh, you also have it on the screen, perfect. Alright, I'll just drop you off. Extra copy for you guys.
Okay, so-
Copy over here.
217 Center Street, Greenway Commons apartment building, proposed 540 feet, 45 linear feet of 8-inch ductile that would be private, a 2-inch domestic water service, and a fire protection service to be sized by sprinkler system designer, and 4 private hydrants. Owner is Michael Massimino and Robert Amato of Branford, and engineer is SLR Consulting.
You share this one?
Yeah, no, I got one here.
I see it.
As a matter of fact, yeah.
You close the
Yeah. Where's this going? This is going right on the Center Street,
The old ideal Fording site.
Yeah.
the ideal Ford.
So
And
this
it's all condos, this whole thing is, not a mixed use type of building?
Well, this is like a phase 1, right?
Phase 1's not in, phase 1's just residential.
How many stories?
3 stories, 48 units.
Okay.
Yeah, we're
Sorry,
having a
4
little
stories.
hard time trying
Oh,
to.
I'll just like, so, on September 6th, you guys sent back comments. I got it from Elijah. So our first comment was, indicating a 12x2 tapping saddle right here for the domestic service. On the bottom of the screen, or on the sheet.
Just a minute.
How many units? 48?
We're trying to get oriented.
Can you orient me to the?
Oh, yep, yep.
Yeah,
Yeah, so
Center
it's-
Street here.
Yeah, so you got the services
Where,
right here.
where's the High Street?
High Street's coming up here.
So that's.
Yeah, this is High Street.
Okay.
This is center. You got the services right here, and you got the main extension.
And this is going up Center Street, so.
So this is the center of town.
Yeah,
It's going this way.
this is,
So where's this? On North Woodbury Street?
Yeah, so this is the Farmington Canal.
that's the walkway, yeah.
Yep.
This is the walkway that runs along the, I don't know what you call it, West Center Street. Where-
This is the old Textile Pub.
No, no, because the old Pasco property is down farther.
Oh, it's right adjacent to the walkway.
The walkway's here, and, here's High Street. So it's that, am I correct, that blank, empty piece of property?
Yeah, it's completely fair, right?
Yeah, it's, that's where the Italian festival was held?
I'm not
Yeah,
sure.
cause the
about
Italian
that.
American Club is right there on the
That's
opposite
the
line.
Right, yeah, okay,
Correct,
yeah,
yep.
all right, so,
It's the lot on the east side.
that's an
of High
empty lot there, okay.
Wait a minute.
Right.
This is Center Street.
This is facing the Italian American Club, it's on that.
Here is
opposite corner.
here is the town of Southington,
That's
up
the
above,
house. This is the rails to trails.
that's rails to trail.
If this is rails to trails,
Okay.
property you're talking
No,
about.
it's
is
over
there.
there, right, so
This
this
is
has
the
gotta be the
Peck
Pexo property, you're right.
It's where Ideal Forging was, where the
Right.
demo
Yeah.
building.
What about the existing water mains that were in there? They all been taken out?
They've been abandoned, they haven't been removed, those are all private
understand that. That wasn't the question. The question was, have they been removed?
No.
Okay, this dotted line indicate what?
What was that?
This dotted line, what does it indicate?
Oh, these are storm piping right here.
Okay, where are you putting the water main?
Alright, so we got the water main coming off right here. We're adding a hydrant, and we're coming off the main right here as well. So it comes up here, the hydrant, and then it comes all the way across our segment.
Okay, where is the rails to trails? Where is the, High Street? It's over here,
Right
Far,
here,
far right, lower right corner.
right here.
so you're not tying off of that street at all,
We're tying into the center, into Center
or
Street.
Center Street?
Yep.
Good. All. Okay, how far down does this go? In relation to sitting there, on the opposite side of the street, to the barber shop, or is that further down?
I'm not sure what that is.
I think the barber shop is further down.
Used to be a laundry across the street. But,
Yeah, this is us.
auto body shop,
Yeah.
Here you go, Tom, up here, I got it up on the GIS. So this 12-inch cast iron on Center Street, where they're tying in both domestic, fire, and the private line.
off Center Street.
Yep.
Okay. What is the height of these buildings?
4 stories.
Huh?
This building's 4 stories tall, so we're just over 40 feet, 48 feet. Something like
And
that.
what kind of a roof? Big roof, flat roof?
Flat roof. Flat roof with a pitch look. I could grab it.
Where would I get information like that with this print?
On that print,
Yes.
I could send you send the architecturals.
Oh, where on this print would I get information like that?
Like that, you wouldn't get that on
Yeah,
the
thank you.
grading.
So we're asked to make a judgment on a building. You did not tell us how tall it was until I just asked. Nothing on here shows the elevations or anything else.
I could send you, like another set of plans with the elevations
Have
and
there,
the layout.
let me ask Fred, has there been is gonna be sprinklers in this building?
Yes.
Yes. They're still to be, yet to be designed by the MEP engineer.
If they're yet to be designed, how can you put water main in if you don't know what the size is?
I'm not sure, sir.
I'm a layperson. And you don't know, you're the designer, you're the developer. You don't know what the demand of the water is gonna be. How can you put water mains in? How do you size that?
They're tying it to the 12-inch, Tom, which is adequately sized for a fire line. They're not laying a new water main for sprinklers, they're laying a new water main for fire hydrants.
Laying it for fire line,
Right. The fire line's gonna be off the 12-inch,
okay.
and the 8-inch private line's gonna come around the backside with 4 private hydrants.
They're coming off Center Street as well?
Both lines are from the center.
But all lines are coming off Center Street off the 12-inch.
Are the eights gonna be tapped into the 12?
Yes.
Yes.
Are the eights gonna be looped?
Currently no, because this is still phase 1, but they gotta blow off in a valve at the end. We could eventually loop it to Mill Street, once the other phases continue. This is still phase 1.
How many phases do you have on the,
We're 6 phases on this.
you have 6,
Yeah.
6 separate buildings or?
Yeah, so we have one building, then we have a cluster of duplexes that are going in there, and then there's some storefronts and there's a
Can you tell
whole,
me the type of construction of the building?
it's constructed, it's wood,
Pardon?
wood and steel. So we have steel the first floor, and then it's wood framing after that,
Wood frame?
Yeah.
On top of concrete?
on top of concrete and steel, yeah.
And this was all laid out by, this is your site plan engineer laid this out.
Yes.
Okay. Did you have an opportunity to show this to the fire department yet?
So we're applying, so right now we're applying for a foundation only permit,
Yep.
Because we're going back and forth with the architect and the engineer on the structural.
Yep.
Building department was ready to issue us the foundation permit, realized this phase didn't have a zoning permit. We already have a zoning permit on the duplexes, not this building, so we applied for zoning permit so we could get the foundation only, reason why we're here. And also Jim Ganone, he signed off on his with comments for foundation only.
Mhm.
So basically, our goal right now is just, we wanna get the foundation in the ground, and then we're gonna apply for the building permit, and then whatever, then the
So
fire
you-
department, everybody will be involved after that.
Yeah, you want the site work done first, or at least the approval for this.
We wanna really, we have to get the site, we're going to concrete in the ground, so we can get moving before weather hits us,
Slab on grade?
slab on grade. So that's our ultimate goal right
You're
now.
not the contractor.
We're the owner and contractor, we self-perform.
Let me call to your attention, the fact that there is pipe in the ground there.
Yeah.
It's over 100 years old. It's your best advantage not to tap into it or use it
The pipe that's on the ground.
Yeah,
in the ground.
everything's been disconnected at the main town.
Yeah, we don't,
Everything that serviced that site has been disconnected.
we have
So
no
it's
intention
just
of using
abandoned.
anything on the
Right.
property. We're bringing all new utilities in, since, like I said, we're the owner of the property, we're the owner of the building, we build it, we keep it, we rent it, so we don't need anything that's gonna break underground, especially on our building. You know, we're not just a developer and sell, we keep it, we maintain it ourselves, everything, all these phases, when it all is all complete, that's all ours still at the end.
I mean, yeah, and if they complied with all our regulations, everything is.
Yeah, we
You review
evaluated,
it.
evaluated fire coverage of the public hydrants, there's adequate number of hydrants, we just asked that they replace a 2 nozzle on High Street and upgrade it to a 3 nozzle. The rest of them,
Hydrant?
yeah, so the rest of them are all newer hydrants, so we should be fine there.
Okay, you guys are okay with that?
Those hydrants are all, they meet our spec,
Yes,
the hydrants that we use, so we have parts
yep,
if they need it.
Okay, Tom,
We
I
have-
think we're okay.
yeah, fire signed up on this as well.
Okay.
Good.
All right, is
Thank
there
you. Thank you very much.
any other,
Thank you.
is there a motion to approve? Is there a second? Motion and a second, any further discussion? All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Carries. Thank you, thank you.
You guys can keep the copy of the set plan.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you, appreciate it.
Thank you. Let's go into,
Yes.
I'm Robert. Oh, you're Robert. Michael's cousin.
let's go into,
I'm in a meeting, I'll pick it up tomorrow morning, okay? Thank you. All right, bye-bye.
item number 5B, 95 John White Shell Crossing, 150 linear feet of 8-inch double iron cement line water main extension.
Providing picture information, right, for the
How many units are
no, but how much pictures the size of domestic.
The size of the domestic one, too much to get for you guys.
I'm thinking maybe
It might
in
go
the year
before.
before.
Hey, Al.
So we're gonna reach out to you.
Just, are you tabling the White Shell Drive one?
Yes, we're gonna table that.
Okay.
So I'll reach out to you for picture information
Mhm.
and we'll properly see what
Motion to
properly
table.
size that domestic.
Motion to table.
Is there a second? All in favor?
That's fine, that's
Opposed?
Thank
Carries.
you.
99 Smoron Drive.
Okay,
Or I'll do this little,
yeah, 440 linear feet of 12-inch ductile, public water main extension off of Spring Street up Smoron. 724 linear feet of 10-inch ductile. Which will be private, and then 2,275 linear feet of 8-inch ductile, which will be private, which loops around the building, with two public hydrants on Smoron, 8 private hydrants on site, and 6 8-inch fire services, and 1 2-inch copper domestic. Johnson Development Associates of Spartanburg, North Carolina, and Bowler Engineering is the engineer.
Al, could you give me an idea of why they're not using 12 all the way?
That's what I think they're proposing they told me that they haven't completed the fire calculations yet, is that correct?
Yeah, they're still, MEPs are still working through.
So what I told them is, if they propose an 8, and they end up needing a 12, if the board approves it as it's laid out and it's just an increase in size, then I can administratively approve that.
But if not,
If, I'm assuming it's gonna have to be bigger than that, but, you know, right now it's proposed as an 8-inch.
the, 2 hydrants out of the 12,
Yes, every 300 feet.
Yeah,
okay?
this is,
And what about the 6 hydrants?
well, the hydrants
Oh,
are
here they are, right here.
this up here. Yeah, every red circle's a hydrant, they're all within 300 feet.
And which ones are the ones on the 12?
So, this is the existing one up here, the intersection of Spring and Smorin Drive. Here's 2 proposed along Smorin Drive.
Where's the building? This the
This is
building?
your building right here, yes.
What are all these? On an 8-inch main or a 12-inch main?
The loop, the fire loop around the perimeter of the building's an 8-inch ductile iron.
And the height of that?
The height of the building's 45 feet. So we
Are
have,
there sprinkler risers or any
Yeah.
risers inside the building?
I believe so, yeah, the MEPs.
Where?
Through, yes, I'm not sure where the sprinkler
Can you
risers,
tell me how they are? Where they're located?
I cannot know, I just have the site layout.
Yeah, what they're doing is they're just giving the site plan yet, you haven't designed the interior. of
No, the
building yet.
MEPs are still doing the interior work.
Once you get the approval here for this site plan,
Yep.
is that the last time we see the print?
No,
I don't-
they're
We'd
gonna,
have to,
they're gonna finalize the fire line calcs, and then they're gonna revise the plans to reflect what they sized at, sized it at.
Hydraulically,
Right.
yes.
have an engineer signed off on it?
Yes. So right, you know, the pressures down there, Tom, are like 95 pounds,
Okay,
and they're on the West Queen high pressure zone, so they're gonna get plenty of water. You know, it's required because it's industrial zone to bring a 12-inch up to Smoron, which is that's what we're requiring, and then we spaced out public hydrants every 300 feet, beginning at the closest one on Spring Street. And then fire department signed off on this, as they want 300-foot radiuses, so basically hydrants every 300 feet surrounding the building.
okay. They're aware we have to have the steamer connection.
Yeah, if that's what the fire department requires, then I'm sure they'll have that on the building. It's not something we require or review, it's something that the fire
I
department.
don't know about on the building, I'm just asking you, at the hydrant level.
Yeah, they'll all have storage fittings, if that's what you're asking, yeah.
That was my concern.
Yep, that's in our spec on all our Kennedy and Mueller hydrants.
I think for this phase for approval, I think I'm okay with the layout of the hydrants, I think everything is good. The only thing that we wanna make sure is that the engineering is done, so we properly size the water main, whether it's an 8-inch, 10-inch, or 12-inch.
Yep.
Is that,
Yes,
Okay.
for the board's information as well, that
Yeah.
the water main does front the property, and there is a valve and a blow off at the end to extend it if needed.
okay. All right, I'm good with it. Is everybody, is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carries. Thank you.
Good job.
Okay.
I don't say too much.
Item number 5D, water meter purchase.
We'll be in touch.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yep.
So we have before you a quotation from the Styles Company, which is the sole source letter for his interest from Badger. Which was able to speak to the gentleman from Badger, actually checked with some other peers. He's agreed to, they've had a number of had a number of price increases, but in the bottom of this quotation, they're going forward, they're trying to keep the prices down. have really quotation of them, or, so, so the department is in the process of upgrading our water meters. We have, older water meters, many that are 10, 15 years old. And the timeliness and the importance of the project has never been more important because, with the lead, sampling or inventory compliance that we're required to do, we need to get into a number of the homes. And for this time next year, we need to either have a plan or be able to report on that we've identified 2,800 private side service line stuff. Even though we don't own that portion of the infrastructure, DPH is requiring us to do field verification. So what we've been doing, and I'll put something almost over about a year ago now, where we've had our field crews, while they're changing out meters, they're noting the service line material. It's very important to note, commissioners and the public, that the department does not believe we have any quote-unquote lead service lines in our inventory. There's nothing that indicates, from past experience, present experience, that they exist. We do have lead goosenecks, but that technically is not a lead service line, but we're in the statistical analysis of date. Well, sometimes it's easier to prove that you don't have something than you do.
Right.
So, the water meter program is allowing us to do this work. You know, just verify that our private side customers don't have lead, and that this will all be required to report to the state next fall. I believe it's October. The request before you is just the next round of water meter purchases required to support our teams installing. It's important to note that we're a little bit unique in terms of the industry, because most water departments have a third party. They're paying someone being out there actually installing water meters. We're self-performing this. Our crews do a great job. Our front office does a wonderful job scheduling. We have a great relationship with our customers, the folks here in town, and you know, again, these are all to help the water quality, so that we continue to provide the best quality possible for our citizens and allow, you know, these type of upgrades to take care of other things like the lead service line mandated program by EPA and DPH. I'd like to report that we've also, so when we started down this road, we decided to go with they call it an E-series. The department's been installing these for at least 3 or 4 years now, Al, maybe even more. Longer. It was only in the past year that we upped the program and, okay, let's make a major effort to upgrade our meters, to save money and budget. We, have been using, a poly body instead of a metal body. And I couldn't, again, just to repeat some things, that's after we called around. I spoke to at length, Kennebunk, Maine. They've been installing these poly bodies.
You did some research on
I
this
did.
last year. Yeah.
I did, and we headed out of the gate tentatively with the installers, looking for feedback from our field crews to make sure that, you know, we're not looking to save some money, but and head in the wrong direction. I'm happy to report that when we thought it was gonna be like 80% were poly and 20% metal, it's turning out to be almost a 20-to-1 ratio. For every 20 poly, we're putting 1 metal in. And again, the installers are instructed, if it's a horn configuration where the pipe is in a vertical situation and horns come in, sometimes there's an excessive tension there. By all means, we can tell them to put a metal one in. If there's a misalignment, which is commonplace in some of the older homes, put a metal meter in. And again, we've been seeing some great success with these. So, and coming out of my conference, I think the company that we've teamed with Badger, you know, they have my vote for one of the most innovative future lines and future thinking. They have a lot of great history, over 100 years old, and a lot of innovation and things that you know, we could potentially grow into. So we are a team with a good company that is leading the way, and everyone you talk to, yeah, they love the Badger meters. In fact, their technology, so some decisions have made executively to install the cell point ends on the larger meters. The cell point end is, carries a $12 a year charge, but it also provides the end user with tremendous amount of data via app, which has been very, well, as we roll it out, will be very welcomed by the business community, and that will provide us the real-time data. And other communities that I met with at the summit were doing the automatic reads via the towers, and all I heard was nothing but extreme pain and agony and a lot of expenses. So we have a hybrid approach that will allow us to control costs, and the additional costs in this outlay are easily justifiable by additional service to the customers, adjusted meter rates to compensate for that additional service that we're gonna be providing them. But the business community, for $12 a year, if you're a corporation, what you want is to be able to jump on a cell phone or probably a computer, download your water data, kind of, go through those business analytics, which a regular drive-by reader 1 month reads wouldn't provide. So there's also some advantages in the direction we're going in terms of the thought process is to get one of these on each of our irrigation customers. Customer can review how much water, but more importantly, when not this year with all the rain we've had, but when we get into our drought and we have a shortage, we'll have direct communication with everyone using water, and that will help the department be able to control some of its uses of sources. So, like I said, had a number of discussions and feel very comfortable at this point that we're going in the right direction for the Southington Water Department. Sole source means that there aren't any, if we put it out to bid, they would be the only Badger person submitting a bid. So we could have further conversations with corporate, but I think they've given us a fair price on these.
They're capping us at 5% a year, it looks like, right? Is that what?
Per CPI over the next 3 years. So a lot of the companies are looking to the CPI, and again, that's forecasted to actually come down below 5%, 3 or 4%, I think.
So what do we need? Do we need approval on this, or are we?
Yeah, to get the order in so that we can secure those lead times, it's $747.95 is what would allow us to purchase the amounts listed on
Is that budgeted?
on the sheet. Yeah, we do have a budget, it's below the budget.
$350 originally.
Okay,
approved,
good,
so-
all right, that's fine.
That's good news.
That's all the treasurer wants to know.
Yeah,
And this is for this year.
this year.
This is enough supplies for this year.
This is, will keep us going through the winter. Alan and I have been talking to distribution, with front office gearing up, 1, 2, 3, utilize those winter months. Last year, we because of supply issues, we really we couldn't maximize the winter months when we have crew resources available. But we're hoping to really get a number of meters installed.
Question.
Yeah.
Are we gonna handle this the same as we have the previous year? There will only be a layout of about $25,000 a month.
Well, yeah, we'll put the order in, Tom, and so factory has the order, and they're, they put our meters aside.
So in other words, we don't get billed full amount
Correct.
until delivery.
Correct.
That's
And
my concern.
the lead times now, probably we wouldn't be seeing these for another 6 months, shall we say. So we're not paying for things until we actually receive them, and but we are pushing them. We want them in a warehouse, whether it's in Milwaukee or Massachusetts distributor. And then Tom, to your point, Tom, we're not gonna accept a large load unless it's in our advantage to mitigate some of those billings.
Thank you.
And then we currently do have stock now, so it's not like we need to get all these all at once. They won't come all in at once either.
I was gonna say, you could get so many a month if you
Yeah.
wanted to, stagger the pay.
And the idea here is lock this price in. We get a PO, we don't need to, actually receive them until we receive them, but once we lock in the price, we're good.
Okay.
Yep.
Is there a motion?
So moved.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, motion carries, go ahead and write the PO.
Thank you.
I'd like to add to our new business 5E, there's 4 items that I'd like to add, if we could get a motion for this. 5E is the booster station emergency backup generator. 5F, treatment plant carbon replacement. 5G, the UC MR5 sampling, update. And the 5H, DuPont class action settlement. So if somebody would.
Yeah, I'll make a motion that we add 5E, F, G, and H.
Is there a second? Motion and a second, any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, carries. Let's go into, item number 5E, the booster station emergency backup generator.
Al and I and Mike Hedman have been in discussions regarding, replacing the backup generator at the Meriden Waterbury booster station. There's other components of the project that we're waiting on, but our consultant or our contractor, Tower Generator, who's a trusted partner of the department, has a generator in stock. And these generators these days, because the lead times are very hard to come by, and, I don't think we would be able to get this price without a lengthy delay of delivery. And the one at the station is a number of years old, I don't have the exact age, but is one of the older backup generators, it's actually inside the building.
It's the original
There we go.
from the pump station design, and it's inside the building.
And that is at least 40 years old.
Yeah.
I think, late 80s, early 90s, and so this would, involve moving the generator outside the building.
Is noise gonna be a, configuration of this?
Yeah, it should be installed, or normally, I mean, this one here is right next to someone's home. On page 1, I think they're specifying a sound attenuated aluminum level 1 housing, 71, dBA, quiet operation, Tom, so that, I think.
Well, my concern is that the, neighbors are not annoyed by the,
Correct.
the,
Yeah, midway down on the first page of the tower generation,
Yeah, I
it
see.
specifies the,
Right here.
thank you.
the outside shell of it.
And the other one's out of commission right now, or?
I don't know.
No, it's still operating.
No, it's still operating,
It's
it's just, it's time, as Dal said, it's inside the station that they don't even allow that these days, so.
The approximate time of completion of the project.
I think the generator, we've been talking to the contractor, they have it, I believe, in stock, so this could be, with a number of, probably a couple months at this point. I think before winter,
Very good.
yeah.
Yeah, this is just for or is this complete? This is
Just the earmark the generator.
just a generator, so we
This
still
is-
have pad to pour,
We do have a
electrical
proposal from
work.
Tower to do the install.
okay, and, we do, okay.
This,
But that's not part of this.
this is just to secure the generator.
Yep.
Because they've been
Yeah, you don't wanna.
telling us, warning us that if we can't move on this, so this is just,
go.
there's, in coming meetings, we hope to come with the rest of the project with this secure, we'll be able to secure the generator. Once we get this,
Yep.
as Al said, there are plans for the pad,
Yep.
depending on the expenses of the pad, if it's less than 5,000 for the pad, we probably won't even be bringing it before the board. If it's over 5,000, we'll be bringing it to the board for special approval.
Is there a motion?
So moved.
Second,
Okay, all in favor?
aye.
Aye, opposed? Carries. Okay, you'll, take care of that, Doug?
Yep.
Item number 5F, the treatment plant carbon replacement.
Carbon that's in the 3 filters is, I'm being told, came with the original plant.
2 out of the 3 original, and filter 1 was replaced maybe 3 years ago.
Yeah, we've talked about this when we
Yeah.
asked about getting.
So this is, carbon is the the catch-all of all contaminants, the taste, odor, it really grabs as much organic materials as possible. So this is a significant step to continue to maintain that our water is the safest, purest stuff coming out of the planet.
It'll be
here.
done
So
in-house by our people.
we will, as much as possible, we will be, the level of work requires a high-tech vacuum truck to suck it out. So we will be running the project, Tom, but we'll be using.
We utilize our own people.
Exactly, I mean, Calgon is, they're the king of the hill in terms of the carbon, that's where we're purchasing the carbon from. And, we'll be working with them, utilizing contractors where we don't have specialized equipment, but we certainly will be very involved.
Very good.
Okay, need a motion?
Motion for approval, sure.
Okay, so there's a motion to approve, is there a second?
Second.
Motion, any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. That's $52,290.
That says it before.
Okay. Okay, item number 5G, the UC MR5 sampling update.
So I'm not gonna go into the UC MR5, but it's just a sampling protocol to ensure that the department's in compliance in a number of areas. And actually, this is going to probably curtail with the last one, the last item on the list. Might be able to talk to them
So-
together.
Yeah, so we'll just keep that on the agenda for,
Yeah, and that's, again, okay, yeah, I could jump into the next item.
Yeah.
If you'd like me to.
item number 5H, the DuPont class action settlement.
So we received, this letter, just came in, I received it, this morning, I've been out, of course, but it, is a letter that evidently other water departments in the state and the country are receiving. And, there's some dynamics to this that, probably, Attorney Catino could speak to in terms of the nature of it, what it's about. And, this may ultimately get into an executive session because the details of this, you know, are kind of, have some legal basis that.
Yeah, you haven't had really a chance to.
I really haven't looked at it, we've kind of talked about it, but I really haven't reviewed it. But I just wanted to, bring it to the, board's attention that I did receive this. There's been other water departments in the state that have received the same letter. We're currently reviewing it, and, because of the nature of what it, or where the discussion may take us, will also be probably something for, executive session, and that would be, you know, regarding potential litigation, which is on the, you know, under executive session for potential litigation, so.
Let's see, let's go into, any questions? Let's go into item number 6A, Executive Committee Reports. We did not meet. Infrastructure Committee,
No meeting.
no meeting. Item number 6C, Policy and Procedures Meeting.
No meeting.
No meeting. 7A, well number 10.
We can report that, we've had, had a meeting with DPH and our consultant, Weston Sampson, to get the design portion of the well 10 project, back and moving forward. It was a couple weeks ago now, so this is probably shortly after our last board meeting. We got together and, we have good cooperation with DPH and our design team, and this is in efforts to get this well 10 to closest to a bid, as we need to heading into the winter.
So we're moving forward.
We're moving forward, and, right now it's a good collaboration and communication between us and DPH regarding making sure that everything we're about to do is meeting, every and all approvals.
Okay. Item number 7B, water main replacement.
I should mention that under well 10, there's been some movement with, efforts to get some easement around the sanitary radius. But the nature of that discussion would certainly take us
That's still
into executive session. So I just wanna note that when we do go in executive session, it's because of an ongoing litigation potential in negotiations, and will need to be spoken about in executive session.
The latest statement from Weston and Sampson, we received an update, was that they have a draft response prepared to DPH. They just received the internal QA/QC comments on the project, and they plan to get finalized and sent out to DPH next week.
Very good, so
Yeah.
it's moving.
It's moving on.
Okay,
That's good. That's great.
all right, now 7B is the water main replacement.
We just got the last invoice for the Oak Merrill, and Academy Hill, or Academy Street, excuse me. So I think Burns is complete with that project. It was very successful. We're in the process now of getting an RFP out for all the proposed work that we're looking to do. That would go out to our four on-call contractors that I should note have all submitted their agreement, and, at some point we'll be scheduling, probably with the president, Mr. Burkmos, to have those signed and ratified, which I believe the board's given you permission to at their previous meeting. So that's all coming together on schedule, and, a couple other developments, but nothing, we'll be, again, the big push is to, get the West Queen, bid ready, and then look at some of the projects now that are on the SRF project list that we should know, hopefully sometime in November, whether we're gonna get state funding about.
Okay.
Yep, all good stuff, some water quality improvements with these water main replacements.
Any questions? Let's go into 8A, labor negotiations.
I think the nature of this would carry us into executive session, because we do have a tentative agreement, but I really can't share those details in public.
Okay.
Due to the nature of it, so, yeah, that would be an executive session.
Item number 9, executive session anticipated to discuss and consider the following matters. If everybody can read that, we need a motion.
I'm glad to make that motion.
Okay, there's a
Move
motion.
into executive
And
session.
is there a second?
Second.
Second, barring public and press.
Barring public and press. All in favor? Aye. Opposed?
You need to invite me to.
Oh, and
She has all the answers.
So that was interesting. They were happy to go into executive session. I'm also curious how someone was able to get inside of here, but I wasn't somehow.